On January 10, 2013, airmen and civilians filled the Bay Breeze Event Center at Keesler Air Force Base for the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Luncheon. Upon entering the dining room, guests were greeted with a vibrant art display courtesy of Negrotto's gallery. The display featured works by local artists showcasing a rich African American heritage. Keesler's African American Heritage Committee organized the event, and committee president Kurt Higgins said the best thing about such events is the opportunity to give back.
The monies that we raise is given towards area high school students for scholarships, so they can have a start that their predecessors or their ancestors didn't have.
81st Training Wing Commander Brigadier General Brad Spacey spoke to the crowd about the civil rights leader whose legacy inspired the day's gathering.
In the course of human history, there are only a few individuals through their personal acts of sacrifice actually changed the way the world develops. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is one of those people.
The featured speaker was 18th Air Force Commander Lieutenant General Darren McDew. McDew said that events such as the luncheon served a purpose, but they weren't the only step necessary to honor Dr. King's legacy.
Taking a look back with gratitude is important. It's good for the soul. But if we are to keep Dr. King's dream alive, we must breathe new meaning into I Have a Dream.
When McDew was a young boy in the 1960s, his father's Air Force career brought his family overseas. McDew said it wasn't until his family returned to America that he realized how lucky he was to grow up within the equality of the Air Force, and that he would always remember how Dr. King fought for the many African Americans less fortunate than himself during those times.
You see, overseas I was just Darren. When I came back to my family and my dad's assignment at Langley Air Force Base in Virginia, I became colored. Everywhere except on the Air Force Base. On the base, I could be part of integrated youth sports or do anything I wanted to do. All of the base facilities were open to me. This wasn't the case at my neighborhood pool. At least I had my escape. Remember.
McDew said the best way today's airmen and civilians can breathe new life into I Have a Dream is to serve others to the best of one's ability. McDew shared a quote from Dr. King to sum up this point.
Not everyone can be famous, said Dr. King, but everyone can be great, because greatness is determined by your service.
In closing his speech, McDew said that although today's airmen must strive to achieve excellence in everything they do, the ultimate goal is to treat one another as equals.
We have every right to be proud of our diversity. We all celebrate and honor unique traditions and our special heritages. After all, Dr. King's commitment to excellence inspires us to live up to our own core value of excellence in all we do. But regardless of our roots, we remained first, foremost, and always Americans.
After McDew concluded his speech, Mrs. Geraldine Stone of the 81st Logistics Readiness Squadron treated the audience to a rendition of the old spiritual Trouble of the World by Mahalia Jackson.